there is so much pressure from within the Democrats and even from well-wishers, funders, celebrities on Joe Biden to step aside, given his age. If everyone gets the fact that the president is not capable of serving another 4 years, why is it that the old man insists on hanging in there, and why can't others around him force him to step aside?
Well, first of all, before I answer that question, let's also recognize that an unprecedented number of Americans think that Trump is too old to run. I mean, if we took Biden out of the equation, there was a survey a week ago, again, before the assassination attempt, 50% of Americans responded, actually it was 49, I want to be accurate, 49% of Americans responded that Trump was mentally unfit to serve for another 4 years. If you took Biden out of the equation, that would be unprecedented. You'd say there's no way this guy should stand. 78 years old, frequently mixes up names, gets things wrong all the time. I mean, just at 4 more years of that, you wouldn't make him CEO of anything. So why is Trump standing? But of course, you know, the Republican Party has fallen much more in line behind the individual of Trump. The Democrats are much more willing to express their anger, their dissatisfaction with their candidate. Now, that same survey I mentioned, 49% against Trump, 74% of Americans said that they believe that Biden was unfit to serve for another 4 years, physically and mentally. And again, that is absolutely unprecedented. But Biden has to be willing to step down, and he hasn't been. And you know, the people that have been talking about it, it's not as if it's been a secret. I mean, every head of state and CEO I talked to that's been meeting with Biden over the last year and a half has spoken in various ways about how he has slowed down. In the last week in the NATO summit in the U.S., I had leaders telling me that the last time that he met with Biden, Biden didn't recognize him. This is someone that's met Biden dozens of times. Biden didn't recognize him. And that he's, you know, he doesn't hear well, and that he sometimes, you know, sort of zones out during a meeting. I mean, that's not okay to be president. But you're right. A lot of people have been working to try to convince Biden to step down. Certainly Obama and his advisors quietly, Nancy Pelosi, the former speaker, a little less quietly, George Clooney, but he came out because of a fundraiser in California, and everyone at that fundraiser knew that Biden was just not with it, but no one said anything except for the right wing, using it to weaponize the Trump election against Biden. And so the Democrats were defensive, and they circled the wagons, and they said, no, he's just fine. So I think a combination of loyalty to Biden, Biden's stubbornness, and also the fact that there's so much disinformation on both sides that gets weaponized in this deeply dysfunctional and very long election has made it possible for Biden to still stand in. I want to be clear. I think Biden is very likely to lose. I think if he were to stand aside, another candidate, most likely, almost certainly Kamala Harris, the vice president, because that's who everyone would get behind around Biden, would have a better chance of beating Donald Trump. Is that better chance 50%? No, not right now.